Hello, I'm Andy, and I'm going to read to you, or rather discuss with you, a program that's got to do with moles, whether red moles or dark moles, seen on your headline. This line that I've drawn in red, marked A, is called the line of mentality, very often called the line of head. Is what your business acumen is all about as well, and the behavior of your mind as well. Now, if you have a very long line of Mercury, it doesn't mean that it could be a very good sign. Sometimes it can show a person to be a smart aleck and a smart know-all, and this person wants to try so many things in the person's life. That can also be there if you have a very extreme long line of Mercury. If you have a very short line of Mercury, that doesn't mean you are not clever. It just means that you are able to focus and concentrate on really what you want. So a long line of Mercury can mean that you will have many changes in your life, changes in career or business. A short Mercury line will mean that you are going to stick to what you really know best and just stick to that and do very well. Now, if your Mercury line has got islands, which means you'll see there like a oval little circle, or breaks, or if your line of Mercury is wavy, that in itself shows weakness to that line already. Now we are talking of moles. If you happen to have a black or red mole on your Mercury line, that's bad. If you have it near your Mercury line, that means the influence of trouble will come, and you will be less impacted by that trouble. So the line of head has got to do with job, it's got to do with business, it's got to do with communication, it's got to do how you market yourself, it's got to do with your brain basically. And so in all these areas which I've just mentioned, if you find you have a red mole or a black mole on the line of Mercury, on the line of head, or also on the line of, or near the line, then you have to be very careful. I often think that the line of head is also very closely affiliated to your line of Mercury. And why? Because both of them, Mercury is a planet who makes you think, and the way you think will be seen according to your horoscope. Now, if you happen to have this mole on or near your line of head, and if your zodiac sign happens to be Pisces or Sagittarius or Leo or Cancer or Taurus, then you have to be very careful that the impact on this can have many meanings. It can mean having or making a very bad decision at a particular time. The aging sometimes is not very accurate, but I'm going to talk to you about it a bit later. So it can mean for these signs which are sun signs or zodiac signs which I've just mentioned, the problems can be extreme. The other zodiac signs, if you have if you have moles on this line of head, the problems will still be there, but not to such a crucial state. Okay. Now regarding ages, under the fingers is how any lines under the fingers is how we gauge the ages. So if for this program, if the mole is under the index finger area, if the mole is on the line of head but under the index finger, then you have to be careful that the first 21 days of your life are going to be very troubled in some way or another. If your mole is more under the middle finger, then a middle-age crisis, if a mole red or black is seen, a middle-age crisis will appear, very heavy losses in some area of your life. If the mole is under the ring finger, or in astrology we call it the finger of the sun, next to the little finger, that's the finger of the sun, your ring finger. Now if a mole is found on your headline or near your headline under this finger, then in your 40s you are going to have some immense problems, again in all areas, but mainly to do with your reputation as well. And if this mole comes under the little finger, which means that you will have a very long line of Mercury, and so if it's seen under the little finger, then it means that there is trouble regarding your old age, and where you should at an earlier age already worry about your old age in 3 areas of your life, whether health, whether finances, or whether a sense of loneliness may be waiting for you. So that's how we gauge ages. Now, regarding your health, you have to be careful that when a black dot or a red dot is seen on your line of head or nearby, the problems of health I found in my experience can range from trouble to the head itself, trouble that means migraine headaches and things like that, or accidents where your head gets knocked about, and then trouble to your shoulders as well. So this planet Mercury will be weakened with this black or red dot, and thereby a palmist will say you can have accidents in the area of the head or the shoulders especially. So be very careful. Shoulders especially, and including the arms as well, and some of the fingers. So be careful about that. Accidents are also possible when a red or black dot is seen on the line of head or near the line of head, because these dots near or on a line of head makes the headline unstable, and when it becomes that, you will be definitely hasty or impatient, and your mind will be like that as well. And so accidents are possible, wanting to run up and down the stairs fast, or crossing the road fast, or driving fast, or doing anything fast would be a problem. So slow down would be my advice to you. Alright, now the best way would be to get a personal consultation with me on Skype, and that costs USD 50 for a 90-minute session. And in this session, I will be able for your next 5 years to base it on your date of birth and time of birth, and looking at your palms and face reading you, and even using Kabbalistic tarot if you want me to. And so contact me, send me a message through Facebook or through Skype, or email me, and let's get down to having a session. So be cautious if you have a red dot or a black dot near your headline, or near or on your headline. I hope to see you soon and make a personal horoscope with you soon. Thank you and good luck.